Good evening, everybody. I am Adam Cummings, and I'll call this meeting to order and declare it as a legally constituted meeting of the Town of Chili Zoning Board of Appeals. If you can please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so tonight our board members, Jim Wiesner is on my far left, Mark Mary is on my immediate left, Fred Schropp is on my immediate right, and Philip Supernova is on my far right. Side table, we have Paul Wanzenried from the Building Department and Matthew Piston, our Assistant Town Council. Our stenographer up front is Sandy Hewlett. And we will hear each application in the order as they appear on the agenda. At the conclusion of each public hearing, the board will have a discussion and a vote on the application. The applicant will receive a letter from the building department within a week of our decision. I do have to point out, in the event of an emergency, our exits are the door you most likely entered, the back corners, each of those doors are exits, and the sides, each side are exits in case of an emergency. And if you have a cell phone, please silence it or put it on off to avoid any interruptions. If you did want a copy of the agenda on the roller cart back by the entrance, there are copies there. And we'll move right on to it. Board members, any issues with signs? No. All right, we'll move right on to application 1, the application of Joshua Goulart, 3 Springbrook Drive, North Chili, New York, 14514, the owner for a variance to erect an accessory structure, a shed, A, in the front yard where it's not permitted, and B, 46 feet from the front yard setback where 55 feet is required at the property located at 3 Springbrook Drive in the R-1-15 district. For all the applicants, as your application is announced, if you can please come to the podium, state your name and your address for the record, and anything else you might have to add to your application, and then we'll get on with the discussion.
Hi, my name is Joshua Goulart. As you stated, I reside at 3 Springbrook Drive.
And you're looking for a shed variance.
Sir, it is time for a larger shed.
Okay. All right, we'll start with board questions from Jim.
So this is replacing an existing shed that's already there.
It is.
Yep, and shifting it a little bit over. It's taking the metal shed, it's removing that one, and then putting a new one to be 8 feet from the back, 8 feet from the side.
And it's on or going to go on an existing pad then by this.
I will pour a pad to put it on, yes.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay. Fred?
This is,
It's because it's a corner lot. It's
Yes.
unique. There is no backyard. It's 2 side yards.
yes.
2 front yards.
Okay, he's 8 feet from the side of his neighbors.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I said back, it's the
Yeah.
2 side lots. It's
I
8
just
feet
wanted
from
to
each of
confirm
those.
that was-
Yep.
okay. I have no questions. I understand his situation there.
Yep. And once again, this is in the farthest corner away from those
Yeah.
front yards. And the whole lot is 71 feet wide. And then 200 feet deep on the other one. Phil, any questions?
No questions.
Side table? Go ahead and open up the public hearing. Not seeing any hands. Ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion?
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Just have to check one thing here. All right. Nothing else from the board. We don't have to.
He's still within the size?
Yeah, he doesn't need a permit from the size I'm seeing there.
Okay.
All right, so I will go ahead and declare the zoning board as lead agency, and based on the information and evidence of this hearing, find this application to be a type 2 action and of no significant environmental impact. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, all those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I'd ask for a motion to, actually, any reason the board sees to split these up? Or are you okay with one vote for both A and B for these variance requests?
Yeah.
I think they can be combined. Yep, agreed. All right, so I'll ask for a motion to adopt this application.
Motion?
We have a motion, is there a second? All right, board vote, Jim?
So I guess I'm looking at these dimensions, they don't quite add up. So it's a 46-foot setback, 16 inches of shed, and 8 feet. So that's 2470, but his back line is 71 feet?
So the whole width is 71 feet. And taking off 8 would get you to 83. But it's really, I think it's going to be, this map is a little difficult with this draft land surveyor. Correct me if I'm wrong, Paul. We're trying to get it from 55 feet to 46 feet, and it's being measured off of Parkway Drive, correct?
Yeah.
So the way the numbers were derived is not from the center line of the road and not the necessarily property line that's depicted here where the whole lot width is 71 feet. Unless I'm doing my math wrong here. Oh, no. Yeah, it's off by a little bit because you've got 8 feet plus 16 is 24. And 71 minus that would be 47 feet.
What difference there?
So, but now we've got a foot buffer to take into account any overhang on a soffit or anything.
Okay, that's fine. I vote yes.
Okay. Is that equal, Matt?
I'd like a margin of error.
I agree, rather than having them come back, so.
Nice catch though, Jim.
Mark?
I vote yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Phil?
Yes.
I also vote yes. You're all set, sir. You'll get a letter within a week.
Thank you.
Have a good night. All right, application number 2, the application of Charles Bayer, 46 Black Cedar Drive, Rochester, New York, 14624, the owner for a variance to an ancillary structure, A, 288 square feet where 192 square feet is allowed, and B, 4 feet from the principal structure where 8 feet is required. Good evening.
I'm Charles Bior. 46 Black Cedar is my primary residence. This is Michelle Advina. She's technically the homeowner. We both live there. And yes, we're looking to construct a pergola over the patio in our backyard behind the house.
Do you have any questions?
I don't?
I do not.
Fred?
No, I guess I didn't realize that a pergola would be,
It's still a built structure, so that's what's unique about our code, is if they put a shed on there, this would technically still be an ancillary structure, correct? But this one's specific to here, and,
okay.
yes. We don't exempt them.
So the 288 includes the shed and the pergola.
Right.
I don't have any other questions.
All right, Phil?
No questions.
Side table? All right. Open up the public hearing. Hands, ask for motion to close the public hearing.
Motion.
We have motions, there a second?
Second.
Second, all those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I don't really have anything else on this one. So I'll declare the zoning board as lead agency and based on the information and evidence presented this hearing, find this application to be a type 2 action of no significant environmental impact. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? I'd like to ask, well, first thing I'll ask is any reason you guys see to separate it again? I don't, and this one's unique with that letter B with proximity to the principal structure. The whole point of these things are to have it so there's sun screening to enjoy near your house, like a canopy that would be attached to your house. This is an alternative to that, so having it closer than the 8 feet makes sense in this case. That's just one thing I wanted to point out. Otherwise, I don't see any reason to separate them and just keep them combined.
So the square footage then is just for the pergola,
I think it's,
not for the shed then?
that is correct. That's a good question, because it's 96 square feet.
So it's considered a different kind of structure then?
That's correct. Perfect, good question. I thought they were combined. Good question. But it also says maximum pergola square footage. All right. So I'll ask for motion to adopt this application.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Board vote. Jim?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
I also vote yes. You're all set. Thank you. Application number 3 is the application of Kurt Caruso, 984 Chi-Li Center, Coldwater Road, Rochester, New York, 14624. Owner for a variance to erect a front porch 40 feet from the front yard setback where 75 feet is required at the property located at 984 Chi-Li Center, Coldwater Road in the R-1-12 district.
My name is Kurt Caruso, and I do reside at 984 Chi-Li Center, Coldwater Road, and would love to put a covered front porch on my house.
Okay. Jim, any questions?
I don't.
Mark?
I do not.
Fred?
I don't.
Phil?
No questions?
I don't either. Side table, anything to add? I will open up the public hearing. Seeing any hands, ask for a motion to close the public hearing. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor saying aye.
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 Any opposed? So that is closed. Nice to hear about a front porch going on a house these days.
Keep that in mind.
But I will go ahead and declare the zoning board as lead agency, and based on the information and evidence presented in this hearing, find this application to be a type 2 action of no significant environmental impact. Is there a second?
Second.
Right. There will be one condition of approval on this. You'll have to get a building permit from the building department, so just work with them on that one.
We'll chat with Paul later.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
And now I'll ask for a motion to adopt this application with that one condition of approval.
Motion.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Board vote. Jim?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
I also vote yes, so that one's all approved, sir.
Thank you very
Thank you for
much.
coming in tonight. All right. On to application number 4, the application of Michael Crockett, 3 Pine Knoll Drive, Rochester, New York, 14624, for a variance to erect an accessory structure, a shed, from the side/rear setback, A, 1.2 feet from the primary side yard, where 8 feet is required, and B, 4 feet from the secondary side yard, where 8 feet is required at the property located at 3 Pine Knoll Drive in the R-1-15 district. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Michael Crockett, and I reside at 3 Pine Knoll Drive.
Okay. So one thing I'm just going to get out of the way right up front, the side yard with the 1.2 feet, that would require a state variance, so make sure you're prepared on that, and I'm going to recommend a condition of approval from this local variance to apply to make sure the state signs off. Their requirement is 3 feet, so the 4 foot it doesn't apply to, but the 3 feet or less, well, it's actually less than 3 feet, you'd have to go through them, so I just wanted to point that out. Jim, any questions?
Well, this is similar to the earlier application. You're just replacing a shed that's already there then.
Yes, sir.
This is not a new shed then.
Same place, just new shed.
Okay, that's all I got.
Okay.
I have no questions.
It's another corner lot, but I don't have any questions. Fred?
This is pre-existing non-conforming.
Yeah, now he is replacing it on there.
Yeah.
It's gonna look much nicer though.
Yes.
And once again, to shift it further onto the property, you've got overhead wires that are going to be a conflict.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. I don't have the sheets in there. As far as you know, Paul, we don't have any complaints?
No, sir.
Thank you. Phil, any questions?
No questions.
Side table, anything to add? What's that?
Needs the state variance.
Yeah, so he's got the paperwork for the state variance application, as I mentioned earlier, so just keep working on that. I'll go ahead and open up the public hearing. Not seeing any hands, ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion?
Is there a second? We have a second. All those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. So I've got the one condition being a state variance will be required. And that's it.
Does that help them at all with the pre-existing non-conforming for the state variance?
I don't know. It could. But he's fixing it anyway, so.
Yeah. I know, I was just curious to see if that made it easier. I don't know how hard it is to get that.
The state variance, they've been pretty responsive on most of them, haven't they?
Yeah, it should be with under, I'd say under 3 weeks. Usually you can get them back in a couple weeks.
All right, so I will declare the zoning board as lead agency and based on the information and evidence presented this hearing, find this application to be a type 2 action with no significant environmental impact. Is there a second? Second. All those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Now I'd ask for a motion to adopt this application with that one condition of approval.
Motion.
A motion, is there a second?
Second?
Board vote, Jim?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Phil?
Yes.
I also vote yes. You're all set with that. With that condition of make sure that you get that paperwork that we were providing tonight and file that with the state, and then that closes up the one condition we have for this approval tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome, sir. All right. Now what we've got, any questions on the minutes that were distributed from last week?
There was something funny on the first page, but I can't remember what it was. Funny, haha, but I meant to look back at it before I came tonight, till I would remember exactly what it was. The wording was,
Sandy never changes our words, and our words could not have been funny.
Yeah.
first page, that's
So maybe Mark said something.
a strange
I'll
word.
second that.
Strange word.
Maybe a couple of words that got mashed together, I don't know.
It's probably me then.
No, that involves usually the town supervisor when. That might get it.
Can't wait to read the minutes now. I mean, they're always a good read, but, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, just prove.
All right.
I'll find it.
They're just minutes.
Again, I'll send it to you.
Wow. Okay.
Because obviously, they're gonna take that.
We'll see what the attorney says. They're just minutes, right, Matt?
What's that?
Our comment, one of the comments from the board members is that there was something funny in last month's, weird funny, and he can't remember it, and I don't see anything out of the ordinary, and Sandy would never do that to us, so do you see any reason for us to table it because of an oddity?
I mean, I think you're okay.
Okay.
I mean, was this
I mean, she still has to
something
submit it,
material?
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can still come back.
Well, no, we're approving them tonight. She's already submitted them.
Let me see those minutes.
I didn't print them out. But you're all set, sir, unless you want to stay.
wanted to chat with Paul for a second.
Oh, you'll have to wait in line for that.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, you just need to file the signatures.
Was it was one weird word?
Okay, you know, they'll give you a response.
I should have taken
Start
out.
with a B and then yes.
I don't know.
I read maybe an A and an L,
Was,
another L.
Ashworth.
Adam, are you guys done?
We're still going over the minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a good evening. Sandy, do you have those on a bigger screen?
Drawings, yeah, I get that.
Wasn't it, I think your reference, it was a one-liner? Like, I don't want a rooster?
No rooster.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve, is there a second?
Second?
We have a second, all those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
While we're done.
Meeting adjourned.